That caveat is super scary.
Yeah, she got a lot bigger since you last saw her, so we don't know.
And I guess hit points. I'm rocking 120.
Even at the time, Big Linda had more hit points than you.
Cool. Greater. So I'm trying to remember like what she did to us. She's awful. She bites and she slaps.
Breath?
Did she have a breath?
I think, yeah, well, Wilhelm doesn't know.
I think that's how I got taken out at the time.
Yes, you recall she had acidic blood and an acidic breath.
Oh, how we feeling about acid?
Acid.
How we feeling about acid? Maybe we can talk to some guild members before when we get to Emberwood. Maybe ask for some help in that department. Even though it might be super acid by the time we get there. But
sorry, this dinosaur shoots acid, and I just got a new set. This wingless dragon shoots acid.
Sorry, I just never heard that term before. Yeah,
it's an old term from books that I read. They have them in Turin, actually. As a Caspian, I thought you would have heard of them.
I just call them big lizards. Or
Actually, most Caspians do, come to think of it. It's only the people of Turin who sometimes refer to them by other names. Anyway.
Yeah.
There's one other detail that you remember about Big Linda. Big Linda had hyper regeneration. Remember the wounds that Big Linda suffered healed.
Pluto, this sounds...
Maybe we don't want to go after... No, we must. This is really personal at this point, and I'm willing to put both of you in harm's way to deal with a personal vendetta.
Typical Pluto.
If it helps save your friend, then as the king of Westamar and to show the allegiance with Caspia, I'm excited to participate.
And actually, to be honest, as a side note, this could deal a massive blow to the Queen of Thieves.
Well, that might be in our favor, although I still have yet to meet this Queen of Thieves, and I still think the name is silly, and she's probably not up to much, realistically.
No,
like, what is she, a queen?
Terrible, awful, and she's super manipulative. Like, she has tricked Sebastian, like, a dozen times.
Listen.
It's wild how much he just falls over and just does whatever she says.
Pluto, Veo, as we speak, Sebastian Crow and my two friends are sneaking into a secret base of the Queen of Thieves, probably going to steal her stuff, and I'm sure they'll come back just fine. I assure you, Rudy is going to look after them. They won't do anything stupid, probably.
Rudy might get into some trouble with them.
Yeah, I'm really worried about... Anyways, look, it just might give us an edge, especially if we have to deal with her later, and if they aren't able to secure the third piece.
If we can take a blow to the Queen of Thieves, I don't see why not. And with our other operatives working, as long as they're not going to end up working alongside the Queen of Thieves or anything stupid like that, I'm sure we're okay.
With that, you settle down for the night, and in the morning, you meet the Knights of the Silver Order, where they are assembling their griffins. Several of the Hooded Lanterns go to inspect the seeds and ensure that the saddles are saddled properly for their king. A couple of Hooded Lanterns test ride the griffins to make sure that there's no foul play in store. And so you mount up, and the procession ends up being significantly small. Originally, what had been planned for a large group of knights, a large contingent of of Silver Order Knights ends up just being the Uriel Radley, and he is accompanied by a middle-aged flamekeeper who has herself. She has the garbs and the frocks of a flamekeeper, but she is wearing plate armor herself, and she is carrying a spear and a shield. And another paladin of the Silver Order is with them as well. Though he wears the garb of the Silver Order and is decorated as a paladin, he wears much lighter armor and carries a pair of blades as well as a bow. And so the group of them mount up with Uriel Radley, and then the jurors all are mounted up on their own griffins. You're each provided with your own, and then it's agreed upon that a small contingent of royal guards and basically six paladins and 6 royal guards will also take griffins from the Silver Order and make the flight. Soaring over the land is a very different point of view from when you travel from Drakenheim. When you take to the sky, you can see the traces of the corruption of Drakenheim creeping out across the landscape. The journey by air requires one stopover for the night before you're able to make it to Drakenheim the following day. Landing with a very large
They put up new asphalt here
sort
in
of
the night.
hubbub near Emberwood Village, as several shocked adventurers and passersby in the small town of Emberwood Village are very surprised to see a large contingent of flying griffins land. And in fact, several of the hooded lanterns that are posted on guard around Emberwood Village are immediately setting up an alarm, thinking that it's an attack, one that is quickly told to stand down by the presence of their king and commanders.
And down.
Setting down outside the modest chapel in Emberwood Village, Uriel Radley, the jurors, and your group agree to meet back here at the chapel of St. Ernest to ultimately present your prizes. Now I understand, since you're around, this city's a dangerous place. Might always all kinds of nasties that are coming for us once we go in there. I'm told, Goal, that your forces control one of the gates to the city. May we use that to get into the city?
It's only fair. We're after
You'd
one.
be at a disadvantage.
And we are in agreement that the entire city and its environs are in play for this duel.
Absolutely. One question though, when we're choosing our entourages, do mounts count as additional members of an entourage? I know that you have the capabilities of taking to the air. I also would offer you friendly warning that the skies of Drakenheim are just as dangerous as the streets, but there are less places to hide.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Prince Jackson, but I believe that under Caspian duel mounts are.
Yeah, I would not correct you on that. You have a fine steed. Wilhelm's friendly reminder is true, though. There are defenses in place that are wildly out of control, and it is best to watch yourself. There are, as he said, less places to hide.
I understand. And I am familiar with the perils of this city. I have heard of the contamination that is present here. I have taken the necessary precautions at the advice of my predecessor.
any. I don't have any.
Do you?
I was just about
There's
to
another way.
increase
There's
the
an easier
speed and
way.
the Tesla jumped in front of me.
The Flamekeeper steps forward and says, with great faith, even this contamination can be purged.
Right. Purge. I've heard of spells, divine magic that can help.
I guess we just prefer not to get contaminated.
Uriel
Yeah, maybe
rises.
we.
Flamekeeper Sheila here is an accomplished warriorist. She has faced many battles before and is capable of some powerful measures. And of course, Sir Mallory Granick here is also an accomplished sharpshooter, so we're going to have him on our crew.
And renowned monster slayer and Veosenya sharpshooter extraordinaire and Lord Commander of the Hooded Lanterns, I think that we have a chance, Uriel.
And I just want to say for the purposes that, so that we're clear, and there's no fun business around this. We're after monsters, not people. There won't be any sort of trying to wriggle out of this by wrangling someone like Lucretia Mathias and the coach of this dude. And that's understand.
No.
No, and if you can.
I want you to know that should she meddle in any of our affairs here, we will not hesitate to do what must be done.
Be careful, because her looks can be deceiving.
Rule number 3, never underestimate your foe, Uriel.
I have no doubt that that demon summoning witch will be up to something around
I mean, I've heard of her summoning anyway. We won't get into it.
here. Very well. He offers his hand. Are you ready to begin this, Pluto Jackson? He takes your
Ready,
hand.
you're
5 days from now, right here at high noon, bring back the best trophy you've got.
See you in 5 days.
Does Caspian win?
With that, the Mallory Granick, Flamekeeper Sheila, and Uriel Radley hop back onto their griffins, take to the skies, and make towards Dracula.
Where's my horse?
Let's start!
Juniper! Yeah, we start running.
Hooded
Like chasing
Lanterns.
after Veo.
Where's the last known location of Big Linda? Anything. Yeah, I'm
question.
gonna
Can I get
approach
some
the scouts.
info? Yeah, let's get some info.
I'm gonna start with, yeah. We know some,
I go to my scouts and I say, listen, biggest, baddest monster, probably Big Linda. Have you seen her?
One of the scouts says, we tracked her position for a while, just so that we can make sure to avoid her for supply runs. Last we heard that she was somewhere in the northern side of the city, somewhere around the Academy Tower, perhaps upwards of Queen's Park Garden. That apparently she had crossed from, she had been around the south part of the city, but she'd been driven up north by the Radlands.
Well, the good news is the gates of the city that the Hooded Lanterns control do offer us access to the northern side. It isn't too far of a trek away from, I believe, right now we have control of the barracks, and we still maintain control of the clock tower.
Correct.
From the clock tower, it's a straight shot north, I believe, to reach the Queen's Park Garden, but we will want to keep our lookout.
Yeah, we'll pull up the map and drop it in.
please.
So, zoom way out. Whoa. Pixelated. Sorry, let that load for a second. It's This is a very large file. Oh, my poor computer. So, that's what we get for making such a high-res map.
Shame on you.
Yeah. Okay. So as you know, the Shepherd's Gate is located here.
Number 5, yeah.
Right here, where I'm hanging there. And then you've got the barracks, which is located right over here, pretty close to it. The sightings of Big Linda that the scouts report were somewhere in the northern area of the city, between the Academy Tower and Old Town.
Okay, so that actually, there's no point going to the clock tower. We probably just want to go from the gate and the barracks straight up to Academy Tower, Queen's Park Garden area and start hunting.
One of the lanterns says, you can usually find signs of her footprints. That's how we know which areas to avoid.
Right.
That makes sense.
Well, there's no time to lose. We have 5 days to find this creature. Veo, you are not only Lord Commander, but I understand a scout of the city and an excellent tracker. Could I put you on point for tracking and finding? I myself am a decent investigator, and I will back you up as best I can, but I assume you're going to have a better idea of what we're looking for.
I know the city better than anyone. And to be honest, maybe a mess, but I was getting a bit homesick being away. So I'm glad to be back, and I'm ready for the challenge.
And if you are looking for some doses of Aqua Expurgo, you can almost certainly pick up a few at the barracks, because they're kept there for emergencies.
Yes, I will need one of those.
And if you do face contamination, you do know that at the barracks, the barracks apothecary can cast purge contamination if you do get contaminated. But with a 5-day turnaround time, if you get very contaminated, you'll be exhausted. That'll take you out. So watch out.
Be careful.
Let's definitely get some Expurgo
Yeah, we
before
need some
as we're
Expurgo.
heading into the city, and not just for us, but just for our party as well.
Yeah.
Because we still got to protect the miners.
Yeah, well, maybe if Philly Reed knows purge contamination, she can please cast on herself.
He says, I know the ways to protect myself, but I can't use my magic to help you. That's against my rule. And Lieutenant Commander Drexel, you know that you can't give any advice to them around here. That's against the rules to do.
These are the terms, but just take care of yourselves and watch us work.
We know how to handle ourselves in the worlds. But, very least, we'll keep back. Our role now is to watch. We can't help you if things go if things go badly, we can't help.
Elias, all we can ask is that you do your duty, but also please take care of the few. We don't want her getting hurt.
Felix says, I'll do my best to stay safe, but you must remember that our safety is now your responsibility as participants in this duel. We can defend ourselves and protect ourselves, but it is on you to make sure that we're safe.
I understand. Yeah. We can.
Nevertheless, though, Illyrin says, I know it's been a long journey, but I still have trouble thinking of you as my enemies, and I would rather you live than die with us. And if you need my help, you need my healing, and you're willing to give this up, you just say so, and I will do everything I can to save your lives.
Thank you. Hopefully, probably won't come to that.
Yeah, there's a really low chance. Yeah. But if you'll know, because you'll probably hear some form of pork chops.
I remember that being your code word. Well, let's move.
When we get through the gate, I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace and try to get there as uninterrupted as possible.
Okay. You do pass through the gate where you're each able to pick up 2 doses of Aqua Expurgo, emptying the current stockpile that's available. There.
Sorry.
Should I take it now?
I'm gonna chug one.
And each of you can roll me a d6.
I had one left.
6.
Oh, here's the
A 1 and a 6.
1 and a 6.
2.
Alrighty. As you get to the barracks, Ansem says, "We've got a couple potions still, if you want to take them. They can be any potion. There's 4 potions. And I'll let you choose what they are. But here's the problem. They were made by Oscar Yoren."
Ah.
Acceptable terms.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll chug them all.
They can be uncommon or rare potions. Yeah, you can have. I'll put it like this: uncommon or rare, and 1 very rare. So 3 uncommon or rare and 1 very rare. But they have all been made by Oscar Yoren, and they've been sitting in the barracks for quite some time.
What's the one that does haste?
It's a potion of speed.
That could, Pluto.
I mean, it could
I
be.
know it was made by Oscar Yoren.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Also, the potion of acid resistance could be
Oh, where's
could be worth. Or is there
That's
a
uncommon potion, I believe. Yeah. The potion of speed is very rare.
Please, psychic.
We get 1 very rare, yeah?
Acid is uncommon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
acid.
so maybe we do an acid. We get 4, right?
There is also
four
the potion.
potions, and 1 can be very rare.
There is also the potion of invulnerability. For 1 minute after you drink this potion, you have resistance to all damage.
I have one of those already.
I would throw one of those in then, maybe
Yeah.
for.
You just have to be careful not to mix them.
Yeah. So
Yeah, exactly.
you can have 1 rare, 1 very rare, and then 2 uncommon.
So the question is, do you want speed or invulnerability? By speed, I mean... Oh wait, what's speed? Hold on.
Speed is very rare.
Invulnerability.
Oh, there we
If you choose speed and invulnerability, you would then only be able to have 2 uncommon potions.
And then that could be the 2 of acid
Okay.
resistance.
All right.
Yeah, does that sound okay?
Yep. And just remember, these were all potions that were made by Oscar Yoren.
What does that mean? That means they're great, right?
That
Oscar
means
Yoren
that they were
was-
made by Oscar Yoren.
That means he could have been
He was
screwing with us.
corrupted.
Do you guys mind if I take the potion of invulnerability? Who's taking the potion of speed?
I guess I can take it,
I
unless
think
you
it
want to
would be
veil.
good for you. No. I think you, when it comes to haste, I think that's better for you.
I also have haste in my ring.
Oh, do you?
The potion's less prone to go down, but at the same time, I have a haste and I have a Zephyr Strike.
Okay, then maybe.
And 1 lowly shield. Zephyr Strike is level 1, right?
That's the first. Okay. I mean, you know what? Why don't you put it in your thing for now, just in case? I still
Okay,
think
what
it would
else?
be good.
Is there anything else other than speed that would be helpful?
Yeah, true. Mind control monster.
There is a potion of invisibility that would be very rare.
I mean, maybe Veo, you take the speed potion,
Potion of flying.
and then you can
Flying would be good.
you could really do some. I've seen how fast you draw that bow. You could really do some work.
Haste.
Yeah, I think that we could stick with the potion of speed for Veo.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted flying, I would go for that too.
How are you for climbing?
I can climb.
Yeah. Would you rather climb or fly?
Fly.
Okay. Then maybe that's the way to go. And
And
Oscar,
then if
you're
something
already flying
happens, I have
special.
feather fall, and I can always protect myself. So
Okay, so what did you choose?
I'm gonna go fly.
Fly,
Yeah.
vulnerability, and 2 of acid resistance.
Mhm.
Okay, alrighty. You get those, and if once you consume one of these potions, you will need to roll me a d6.
I also
Good.
have one question about is the shield of Saint Vitruvio,
Mm-hmm.
because I believe I'm wielding it instead of my Sentinel shield.
Yes.
What is the? I apologize. I should have. I think I wrote it down, but I've been looking and I can't find.
Oh, the shield of Saint Vitruvio allows you to cast counterspell as a reaction.
Ooh, ching. And otherwise, it's a
Yeah,
cool
it's
shield.
three charges. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's best to actually use the Sentinel shield for this battle, since we're not going up against a spellcaster.
I mean, unless Big Linda has spells,
True.
which we don't know.
We don't know, I
Is there
guess.
breath magic? It's not
Anything's
spell,
possible.
though, right? It's not a spell.
Yeah, how does counterspell work with
It wouldn't work on a breath weapon, but there's no telling what kind of spellcasters you might run into in your Arcanine.
Monty right now giving Big Linda a spell list. Plenty of
Time
level
Shock,
spellcaster.
6th level?
Force Cage, Dimension Door, Haste.
She's right behind us.
Oh god. Alright. Well, I think, are we set? Are we ready? Are we gonna live?
I'm gonna chuck it. I'm gonna chug my Aqua Expurgo.
By chug, you mean jam it into your heart.
Chug it into my
aggressively.
veins. and
Should we take them now? How long do they last?
They last 8 hours.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll take it now.
and head towards the last sightings of Big Linda.
Okay.
Yes. And then I've cast,
Oh, and Veo, did you give us the temp HP horn
you should still
amulet?
have it.
It's still good, right?
I think so. I don't think it goes away until you use it. Right?
Cool.
Yeah, so you should have advantage on all the things. Sorry, by all the things, I mean, while you have these separate hit points, those allies gain advantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Yeah.
We'll need it.
If you wish as well, Veo, as the Lord Commander, I'm going to give you access to a special reaction. This is up to you. This reaction is called Long Live the King. If you are within 10 feet of Wilhelm, and Wilhelm is reduced to 0 hit points, you can choose to spend your reaction to be reduced to 0 hit points instead.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
That's gonna suck if you're still at like full hit points and I go down.
Does he get my hit points?
No, it negates, it leaves him at like whatever he would have had before the attack, whatever reduced him to 0 hit points.
Okay.
Interesting.
So, with that, you now are in the ruins of Dragonheim. Having moved through Shepherd's Gate.
I'm gonna turn off the stream now, so we'll see you guys later. Yeah. So, I need to find the key.